Alright, hey guys. Here I have in front of me is a 2002 to 2003 Lasko Weather-Shield Box Fan. This fan, this fan is kind of special to me because, like back in the, like I said, back in my early days, in my single digits, I would see these fans like everywhere. I would see them in windows. I would see them in the store, especially Walmart. These were known at Walmart. Um, yeah, they were scattered around everywhere in the 2000s in Philly. Really, in the early to mid 2000s, they were. Um, Around that time, I didn't, like I said, I didn't own any of these, but um, story time. So I believe it was in 2009. A close friend of mine, oh, my mom's close friend, he, because I was coming from a car show, and I happened to see him, and I said hi or whatever, and he was getting out of his car, and I happened to see the handle to this fan. I was like, Weather Shield. I'm like, oh, because around 2009, they stopped making this style. So around that, when I seen the logo, the sticker and the handle, I just asked him like, can I borrow this fan? He said, borrow it? Yeah, you could borrow it for some time. And around 2009, yeah, the same year, this is this was when I technically quote unquote owned one for some time. Um, I had owned one, and when I got his fan, it was weird. Like the hub in front of here, the hub was dirty, but the fan blades weren't. So I'm not sure if he was around like sawdust or anything like that, but the fan looked pretty good. It even had the handle too, but around the same time, around some time, the handle had snapped because I borrowed his fan from August, 2009, all the way up to, I believe, March and March or April of 2010, I believe. Yeah, from going because from going on the fifth grade, I had borrowed this fan for like at least 6 months. 6 months or 7 months. I'm not sure. But after that, he um he asked, "Can I borrow the fan for the summer?" I was like, "Yeah, can I have the fan back for the summer?" He said, and I said yes. So I didn't have the fan for some time until like one day in June. No, one day in December of 2010. I had seen him again, and the fan was in his truck. The fan was in his van. So I asked him, you know, can I borrow the fan again? So he said, yeah. He just flat out gave it to me. And from like, I believe from December 2010 to May 2011, that was the last time I owned one of these. And around that time, um, the weather shield, the newer weather shields were out, and I didn't have one because I really wanted this model. And around some time in like 2011, 2011ish, I had got the newer premium box fan to replace this. I don't know. I don't know why I didn't get the newer one, but you know, probably I was probably upset that the fan was gone and there's nowhere to be found. Because I did ask him again. He told me that the blade had broke. The fan quote unquote fell apart, and I really think the fan blade broke because this fan seriously requires some feet. But little than that, I had owned the premium and the newer premium and the newer Weather-Shield thermostat, both from 2010, and I had purchased both of them in 2011. Well, the premium was a graduation gift from the 6th grade, but fast forward to 2018, the weird thing is when I got this fan. The weird part is how I got this fan. So I was taking public transportation, and this was like around May of 2018. I was taking public transportation to go to the airport, and on my left, I just happened to see a thrift store, a yard sale, and what stood out to me again was this handle, because the fan was facing this rear side, and I just happened to see that handle, and I looked at looked at the back grill, and I seen the fan blades. I'm like, oh yeah, I had to get off. I had never gotten off public transportation so fast, and I went to the seller, paid I think $13 for it, and here it is. It's still here with me 4 years later. So, as I say, I'm very glad to have this fan. Like I say, I technically grew up with this fan, even though this was one of the first premium models that I had ever. So, as I said, I'm very glad to have it. Throughout this time that I had it, it went through a couple of blade swaps. The original blade, that it cracked, and I didn't realize that it did. So it's just spinning freely on the shaft. So I had put a couple of blade sets on here, swapped out a couple, and here it is. It's still going. But that's about it for this fan. It still looks the same as I had it like about 4 years ago. Quite dirty. Well, not as bad. It's not really as bad, but there is some rust on this fan, but not too crazy. But, and the thing is too, I like about these fans is that the grill, the badge and the hub is not so close together. Like I could literally push on this and this can bend back. If you could see. From my finger to here, if you could see, I don't think you guys can see. Yeah, from my finger to here is like an inch and a half away from the edge. But as I turn it to its side. And the back. Yeah, this fan it's quite dirty, but this fan is a workhorse. Because I call it a workhorse because I will use this fan all throughout 2018 and 19 and up. except for like 2021 to 2022. The grill, I mean, no, the motor's pretty dirty. Well, not as dirty, but you know, it has some dust in it. You can see inside the hub. Yeah, you can see inside the hub, which is way better than what Lasko makes. You can't even see the hub. I like seeing the hub. And it has the Lasko logo too. The funny part is, with the premium model and the Weather-Shield model, they display the Lasko badge on the back, but on the Weather-Shield with thermostats and the GE and the Lasko thermostat models, they don't have the Lasko logo, and I find that pretty strange as of why it's not on there. But this fan also runs a little more faster than the one that I had in the 2000s. So I guess that's a good thing. I don't know. I guess it's a good thing. And also too, the previous owner, I could not get this off. I feel like somebody had, oh, well, there goes the neighborhood. I spoke way too soon. Yeah, the previous owner, I think they put this refrigerated handle on here. I'm not sure where this is from, but thank goodness I got it off. So, because I wanted to put the original handle on here, the original knob on here, because that's how I had it in 2008. And I wanted it to look like that, but I have to clean that. That's disgusting. But I'm going to run it without it. So without further ado, here is high. Blowing out a crap load of air too. One thing I personally like about these early 2000s Lasko box fans, they have a pleasant medium to them. Pleasant medium sound to them. And some of these Lasko fans from that time I don't know what Lasko was doing, because they made some that have better, crappy capacitors, and they made some with standard capacitors, and they made some with overpowered capacitors. And I don't know. Lakewood is like that too. I have a couple of Lakewoods that run fast and a couple that run slow. So I guess that goes part of the cheap era. I'm not sure, but yeah. This fan somewhat has a motor one to it too. I could kind of hear it, but I don't know if you guys can, because of that loud air conditioner that I have on. Shakes a tiny bit, but it's Lasko for you. Um, yeah, it has a good sound to load on it as well. If you guys can hear it. But yeah, having one of these fans is definitely, nostalgic. Is a nostalgic item to me, and this fan's not going anywhere. No matter how many blade sets I put on it, it's not going anywhere at all. But I thank you guys for watching, and I hope you stay tuned for the next video that I have in store. Thank you.